My dear brothers and sisters, there was a time when I was just a small boy in a small town called Vadnagar. I helped my father sell tea at the railway station. Trains came and went. People came and went. But one thing never left me. A dream that one day this child from a humble family could serve his nation. A dream that hard work could defeat circumstance. A dream that discipline could change destiny. When the mornings were cold, I carried the kettle with both hands. When the afternoons were burning hot, I stood with a smile because I had learned something powerful. If you keep faith in yourself, the world will have faith in you. That lesson from the platform became my mantra, and that mantra shaped my life. You see, my friends, faith is not just about religion. Faith is about conviction. It is the fire that burns quietly inside you when no one is watching. It is the belief that even if the world doubts you, you must not doubt yourself. From Vadnagar, from Delhi to the world, that fire has guided me every step. People often ask, Modi ji, how did you rise from Gujarat to the global stage? And I tell them, not through power, not through politics, but through faith, discipline, and relentless service. Faith gave me vision. Discipline gave me strength. Service gave me purpose. When I became Chief Minister of Gujarat, I did not see power as privilege. I saw it as responsibility. To serve without rest, to build without fear, to transform every setback into a stepping stone. And when India gave me the honor to serve as Prime Minister, I carried that same philosophy forward, because the path from Gujarat to the global stage is not a story of one man. It is the story of every Indian who believes that effort can move mountains. Today, I stand before you not as someone who has reached the destination, but as someone who is still walking, still learning, still serving, still believing. The world looks at India and sees progress, technology growth. But I look at India and see people of character, people of courage, people of compassion. That is the real strength of our nation. My friends, success is not given to you. It is earned through discipline. It is earned through sleepless nights and endless days of work. It is earned through the power of belief. And that is the message I wish to share with every young Indian today. Never let your background define your boundary. Let your discipline define your destiny. Because when faith and effort walk together, miracles become normal. My friends, every action begins with one invisible force: belief. Before a hand builds, before a mind plans, before a nation rises, there is belief. When I was a young man, walking the streets of Gujarat, I did not have wealth, I did not have connections, but I had something stronger: belief that service is sacred. That belief came from my parents, from the ancient soil of India, that tells us faith without action is noise. Faith with action is transformation. When I entered public life, people asked me, "Modi ji, politics is full of challenges. Why choose this path?" And I replied, "Because I want to turn challenges into chances. Chances to serve." To me, leadership is not about power. Leadership is about purpose. It is not about control. It is about conviction. Faith teaches us patience when results are slow. It teaches us courage when critics are loud. It teaches us humility when success arrives. Many think faith belongs to temples and rituals. But my friends, faith lives in the heart of a worker who never gives up. Faith lives in the mind of a student who studies under a dim lamp but dreams of bright futures. Faith lives in the soldier who salutes the flag and says, "Bharat Mata Ki Jai." That faith is the foundation of my leadership. It tells me, serve every citizen as if he is your own family. It tells me, listen even when you disagree. It tells me, never let anger be stronger than empathy. From Gujarat to Delhi, I carried that faith like a lamp. Sometimes the winds were strong. Sometimes the nights were long. But I never let the flame go out. And whenever I felt tired, I remembered this simple truth. One person with faith can inspire millions. Without it, when I travel the world today, people ask, how did India rise so fast? And I say, because our people believe again. They believe in their work. They believe in their culture. They believe in a future that is brighter than their pasts. This belief is not blind. It is brave. It does not divide, it drives. It does not shout, it shapes. Faith without fear. That is the new face of India. My brothers and sisters, faith is not about standing still and praying for change. Faith is about standing tall and becoming the change. That is why I tell every young Indian, believe first, work next, serve always. Because faith gives you roots and service gives you wings. When both meet, you rise. My dear friends, there is one word that has guided my entire journey: discipline. Discipline is not a rule written on paper. It is a rule written on your soul. It is what turns dreams into plans and plans into progress. When I was young, I learned that life gives you two choices: ways, the easy way or the right way. And discipline always chooses the right way, even when it is not easy. In Gujarat, that is how independence. When I began my service, there were days when decisions were hard. There were nights when criticism was louder than applause. But I told myself, Modi, stay steady. The storm will pass. The work will speak. And the nation will remember effort, not excuses. That is the power of discipline. It gives you silence when others shout and strength when others stop. My friends, without discipline, no dream can survive. Our nation without discipline cannot progress. A leader without discipline cannot lead. You look at our soldiers, they stand tall at the borders. Day and night, heat or snow, they do not step back. Why? Because duty is their worship and discipline is their devotion. That same spirit must live in every citizen, in every student, in every worker, in every entrepreneur, in every farmer. When a farmer wakes up before sunrise, he does not wait for luck. He believes in effort. He believes in his duty to the soil. That is discipline. When a student studies while others sleep, when a nurse works double shifts to save lives, when a mother sacrifices her comfort for her child's education, that is discipline in action. Discipline is not about control, it is about commitment. It is not about fear, it is about focus. It is not about punishment, it is about purpose. The world often measures success by results. But true success, my friends, is measured by consistency. Discipline gives you consistency. Discipline makes you dependable. Discipline gives direction to your dreams. I tell the youth of India, dream big, but prepare even bigger, because the bridge between dreams and destiny is discipline. In my years of service, I have seen this truth again and again. When effort becomes habit and habit becomes culture, miracles happen. That is what India is doing today. We are not just running on emotion, we are running on execution. We are not just making promises, we are making progress. We are not waiting for the future, we are building it. And my friends, this is not the work of one person. This is the spirit of 105 crore disciplined Indians who believe in hard work, honesty, and harmony. Our scriptures say that a kamen ein vadi kenest, ma fe feleshu kadakana. You have the right to perform your duty. That is how we independence. Up not to the fruits of it. That is discipline. To keep walking even when the results are far. To keep serving even when the praise is small. To keep building even when the world doubts you. That is how nations rise. That is how leaders are born. That is how India moves from hope to history. So, my dear brother and sisters, make discipline your daily prayer and duty your daily purpose. Because when you live with discipline, you become unstoppable. My dear brothers and sisters, as I stand before you today, I look back, not at the roads I have traveled, but at the hearts that have walked beside me. From the narrow lanes of Vadnagar to the grand halls of the United Nations, from the chai stall to the corridors of Delhi, one truth has guided me. Service is greater than self. People say Modi rose because of politics. But I say, no, I rose because of people. Because of their belief. Because of their faith. Because of their courage to trust a son of the soil. When the world sees India today, they see a powerful nation. But when I see India, I see a billion stories of strength. A mother who prays for her soldier son. A teacher who shapes minds in a small classroom. A farmer who plants hope in the earth every morning. A worker who builds dreams with his hands. These are not just people, they are the soul of India. And it is their spirit that took me from Gujarat to the global stage. My friends, religion can divide, but faith can unite. Politics can change governments, but service can change generations. I did not use religion to gain power. I used values to inspire power. The value of discipline, the value of responsibility, the value of compassion. Because a true leader does not build temples of stone. He builds temples of trust in the hearts of people. And that trust, my dear friends, is the foundation of a new India, strong, spiritual, and self-reliant. India's greatness does not come from one ideology. It comes from unity in diversity. It comes from the power to debate, to disagree, and yet stand together as one. That is what our forefathers dreamed. That is what our scriptures taught. That is what our constitution protects. And that is what I promise. To serve every Indian, regardless of religion, language, or belief. Because in the eyes of Bharat Mata, every child is equal, every dream is sacred. Through the youth of this nation, I say, do not wait for miracles. Be the miracle. Do not wait for opportunity. Be the opportunity. Do not wait for leaders. Become the leader. The world is watching India today. And the world will remember us not for our wealth, or not for our weapons, but for our wisdom and unity. From Gujarat to the global stage, my journey has never been about one man. It has always been about one mission: to awaken the sleeping lion that is India. So let us rise not as Hindus, not as Muslims, not as Sikhs or Christians, but as Indians, proud and purposeful. Let us rise with faith in our hearts, discipline in our hands, and duty in our minds. Let us rise for a new era, an India where religion becomes respect. That is where politics becomes service, and where power becomes people's progress. And when the next generation looks back, may they say, yes, this was the time when India found her voice. This was the time when India found her soul. This was the time when India rose from Gujarat to the global stage. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.